Okay, so capture the next data log. We're gonna go ahead and download that off of the Fuel Tech. One thing to note before we go in and take a look at everything here, I was noticing as I was driving through, let's say the 2 to 2,500 RPM range, it needed a lot more fuel, even with it allowing it to correct up to about 35%. So this area definitely needs to be corrected a lot more. Even in the high engine speeds here, 6,000, it was taking out quite a bit, about 20%. So we're gonna take a look at what the overlay option is gonna show us in terms of the updates it's gonna make, but we may wanna go about this in a slightly different way, and I'll discuss how to potentially look at the data and update some things maybe a little bit better. So let's go here and download the data log. So we'll jump into FT Logger software here, have that open, and go to download, and there should only be one log there because I erased the last one. Click OK, and allow that to download, again, about 20-30 seconds. We'll be patient while it downloads. All right, so the log has been downloaded. Let's just quickly flip over here to O2 correction overlay and see what that produces. Let's let it analyze the closed loop corrections, and now we can see it's gonna produce some results here. Now, what it's correcting in terms of what we see here is a little bit less than it corrected before. Let's jump into the settings, see if we can allow the limit here to maybe be raised. So air temp window, battery voltage window, there's a maximum error here. Let's look at the advanced. Just seeing if it allows a larger number, looking at this, if it allows a larger range of adjustment here. Correction limit, auto, standard deviation. Let's allow it to correct more. Let's do a 30 plus or minus, is it allowed to go more than 20? Plus or minus 20? Let's see if that's gonna allow that to correct for that. Let's reload it here. There we go. Now we're gonna get a larger correction range. So what we can see here, and this is what I was noticing, it's off a tremendous amount, about 2,500. We can see it's gonna try to add in here 20%. Right here, looks like another about 20%. So it was lean in this area. We definitely need to correct that. And it was also then pretty close, about 35 to 45. I can see that was about what I was seeing here, looking at the closed loop correction as I was driving it. But then 5,500 and higher, it's definitely way off. Now, we can use this to make adjustments. I can't force it to do more than 20% adjustment at a time. I'd like to go even higher to be able to correct some of the area here. Now, as an alternate approach to this, let's just look at something else before we jump in and allow that to make the corrections and touch up the data. We can go about this in a different way. We can see we have all of our data plotted in here: O2 target, closed loop, O2 general, O2 correction. Now let's look at this. So what I'm gonna do here is just kind of go through the various ranges so we can see right here what's going on. And we go to the fuel overlay, we can actually overlay this to the fuel table here, and we can correct this based on what we're seeing here. This would be the same idea as if you were driving live and being able to see the data. So this is kind of a nice feature with the Fuel Tech. It does the overlay feature for us. So depending on where we're at here in the window, let's go ahead and just kind of poke through different areas. Now let's watch what the O2 correction was showing us. So right here, it looks like it was only correcting here about, let's say, 7%. So I'll type in multiply 1.07. Now let's go up a little bit further here, kind of following along with what I was doing when I was driving. So right here, notice that the O2 correction was correcting here about maybe 4%. So I'll highlight here, do multiply 1.04. It's actually almost 1.05 here. If you look, it's a 4.4% correction. Let's go up here a little bit further. Let's go to the next range. It's kind of going and tiering as I was moving the throttle up, trying to drive pretty smooth here. Here it's correcting almost 10%. So let's grab our values. Let's do, not direct entry, multiply 1.1. This is a more time-consuming process, but this will get us much closer, and then we can let that O2 overlay correction try to clean up some of the smaller deviations, maybe the next go around, because it's definitely way too much, and it's not picking up all of the changes that I was seeing as I was actually driving it. It was actually lean with adding 35% fueling, so that's why I definitely want to go and correct that here. Let's go in and move up here a little bit further on the log. So again, I'm about 13% off.
Thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here. And you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.